Hello everyone, it's Emma with another scrapbook layout process video for you. So today I am using my September Light Forever kit and I'm going to try my hand at a little bit of mixed media. So here what you can see me doing is just masking it off with a wide washi tape that's actually from IKEA. Masking off some of the words that are on this green space paper. I do not like the green. This is from the Pink Paislee Cedar collection. And it had that really horrible, well, I'm sure someone likes it, but it had the green on the back and then these scripty words that was just too busy for me. So I decided that I would gesso the lot. But I quite liked some of the scripty words to use as a title. So you saw me there putting the washi tape on the back of my hand just to take some of the sticky off, because I have had washi tape a few times when I haven't done that and I've wanted to peel it off and it's like ripped the paper. So I took most of the sticky off and then put it down as a mask, and then I've switched to a paintbrush here with the gesso just to go over the darker words to try and fade those out a little bit. And I've cut out all the bits where it's just me with the heat gun over the top, because no one wants to watch that. So here I was just using my palette knife just to lift the edges and then pulling off that washi tape. And I do quite like, because it leaves sort of a white area around those words to sort of give it a space of its own. So I'm going to use this photo of me and my friend Laura. This is from the same holiday as the previous photo because, like I said, we don't take many photos, and on this particular holiday we made a concerted effort to take photos with each other. Or I did anyway, and just sort of grabbed her. And then I'm using a variety of the Cedar papers as mounts and backgrounds and all the rest of it. So I used quite a lot of scraps in this one. The strips that I'm layering behind are branding strips, and I have mounted the photo on, where is it? Oh, 5th Avenue, and it's the B side. And then what I've done there is just taken my brown Staedtler fine line pen and just gone round that Grateful for You, just to make it stand out a little bit more. And I cut out this bit because I fussy cut out some of the flowers that are from the town square paper, and it didn't take me that long, but I knew it would be a bit boring to watch. This yellow paper is called Cedar Lane, so it is where they got the name from it, I suppose. And I'm going to do some ink smushing on the background, and I was just picking out the colours that sort of go with the leaves that are on those flowers. So I'm using scattered straw here. And I have a fail. I have a crafty fail here because I lift up to splatter and it flicks over my title, and then that makes the ink that I outlined the words in smudge a little bit. But I deal with it. I mop up as best as I can and I deal with it. So here I'm using tumbled glass, but tumbled glass on its own is a little bit too pale for what I was wanting. So tumbled glass with a touch of salty ocean just to give it a bit more of a, I don't know, make it a bit more visible, I suppose is what I'm trying to say there. Here I thought if I added a little bit of water and then dabbed it away, maybe it would lift out the colour, but it didn't. So I thought if I mess with that anymore, I'm going to make it even more of a mess, so I'm going to stop. This is mustard seed. Sorry, took me a while to think of the name there. That is mustard seed, and I splattered it a little bit and then wiped it off my plastic and had loads of colour on the baby wipe, so I dabbed the baby wipe around a little bit. Like I said, these are the sort of like the branding strips, so that is the Walnut Street branding strip, and the strip underneath that is from the same piece of paper. And then that is the green space branding strip, which is the paper I'm using as the background. That grey wood grain is called Acorn Avenue. So all of these papers are from the Pink Paislee Cedar collection. So here I'm just sort of going to fuss around with my layers. I wanted to make sure that you could see a little bit of the yellow, and I still wanted to see the scripty blue Fifth Avenue paper behind it. Now, I found that with a lot of these, I'm using the B-sides. I don't know whether that's, I don't know why, I don't know whether there's a reason for that. It's just, I'm using the B-sides. So I quite like, now, I have just got a Heatwave pen from We Are Memory Keepers, and I was unsure of how to use it on a layout. I mean, I don't know. See what you think. I think it turned out quite well. What I originally started to do was do like little swirls and squiggles and swirls and squiggles merged into one there. Well, for a start off, I put centres into the middle of my flowers, which I quite like. That catches the light quite nicely. And then I tried to do some swirls and squiggles, or squirrels, you know. And then I decided I don't really like that because it looks a bit too, I don't know what the word is. I kind of wanted it messy, but nice messy. So I decided that I'll go back to that in a minute and then use the pen to do sort of gold faux stitching along that dark wood piece, which I quite like. I like the way that's turned out. The Heatwave pen, if you don't know, it's basically a pen where it gets really hot on the tip and then it transfers gold foil, or I think I've got gold, silver, blue, pink and red, and it transfers foil to the paper. So here you can see this is where I go with messy circles. And I do think I quite like it when I finally put everything together. See, I like that circle and then with the flower right by it. It's almost like messy thread. It's like messy gold foil, if that makes sense. I don't know. So I faff about with this. I'm putting messy circles all over the place. And I don't know, I just had to keep going with it because as I was doing it and I was lifting it off, I just kept thinking, oh my word, that looks like a mess. But I think it turns out okay. Now here I think I'm going to start sticking stuff down because it was really irritating me that every time I was moving it, it was all just shifting all over the place and it wasn't working out. So yeah, the title for this one is called Grateful for You, and Laura, if you're watching this, then I'm sorry, it's going to get soppy. I really am grateful for Laura. We've been friends for over 12 years, which is an awfully long time. We've known each other since we first started secondary school, or high school if you're in America. And we've just been there for each other for the good, the bad and the ugly, if that makes sense. Yeah, I know that if I need anyone that I can call on it, and we don't have to speak every day, and we don't have to, you know, see each other every week, and because you know I work and she's busy, she's doing degrees and all academic intellectual things, she's super smart, but I know that if I needed her she would be there, and that I think is a true friend, and I am grateful for that. And I probably don't tell her enough, so maybe I should tell her to watch this video. Hi Laura, if you're watching. Okay, so now I start embellishing. I went through the die cut pack and found that there is a die cut word grateful that fits exactly the same as the word on the paper. And I thought, well, if I put that there, it's going to make it stand out and draw your attention to the fact that that is the title of the page. So that goes there. Now I'm tapping because I don't know what to do. No, tap. I was messing around with that gold foil acetate chevron-y thing, and I couldn't make it work, so that doesn't make it. But here I bring back a piece of washi, and I mask off the for you because I wanted some messy circles to go around the outside of the for you. Just sort of, because your eye goes to the grateful now that it's a different colour, but I kind of wanted it to carry along the title, so adding those messy circles around that seemed to work. which I am quite happy with. And then I just decide, because obviously I dripped yellow on that 4, I wanted to just go over it again, make sure it stood out. I add my little arrow there and stick things down. Now I decide in a second that actually it's not finished because I need to mount it on another piece of card. So I use my big scissors rather than my trimmer. And I know it won't be perfectly straight, but I'm okay with that. And then when I flip it over to put, well, first of all, I'm mounting it on this sort of minty green cardstock that we got in the kit this month. And I'm just gutting the middle out of it with my craft knife. And then when I turn my piece of my layout over to sort of put sticky tape all over the back of it, I forgot that my arrow wasn't fully stuck down. And yeah, it kind of moves and shifts, so I have to, that was a bit of a fail as well. And then journaling, I'm going to draw some lines. This is where my journaling is going. I'm using that brown Staedtler fine line pen again, and that is where I'm going to end the layout, I think. You can see some of the journaling in the close-up photos, and I'd just say basically we'll still be friends when we're old and grey and in a old people's home. But yes, so that is my layout. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you come back again soon. Thank you to all my new subscribers, you're amazing. Thank you for all the people who take the time to watch and comment. It's fantastic and it's very much appreciated. So I will see you soon. Goodbye.